Hi, I'm Shane.
I'm Kelsey, and this is Dixie.
And we are Love Hut for Life. And for 191 wacky weeks, we've been bumbling around the country in that thing.
This week, we are coming to you from one of our absolute favorite places that all of you will recognize if you've been following us along for a while. We had a whole lot of fun getting here, though, and cannot wait to share it all with you. Be sure and comment below so that we know who is on this crazy adventure with us. Guys, we are starting our week out in the beautiful Warrensville, North Carolina. If you guys were watching last week, then you know that we've been hanging out in town for about a week now, and Shane is doing a little bit of work on our buddy Butch's shed. Well, we get to catch up with him and our buddy Joe. Being parked this close to him is always a good time, and this week has been no different. I'm sure that we have tons of awesome adventures and plans ahead of us this week, but to be honest with you, I have no idea what they are. I can tell you it's going to be a good time with good people with an absolutely gorgeous view. The boys are off getting some supplies for Bernard's shed rebuild. And in the meantime, I am busy making a present for Joe. Last week, he took this absolutely gorgeous tintype photograph of me. And I made a frame to put it in so that he can have it in his portfolio. And hopefully help him sell lots and lots of these. Guys, if you are interested in this awesome form of photography, send me a message and let me know, and I'll get you two in contact. As you can see, he is a very talented photographer.
Good morning, y'all. I'll tell you what, I am just not getting tired of that view back there. Look at that. Hope I get to go down that river again too. But today, I get to work on this beautiful hillside on this little thing. The shed's been growing over the years. There's two sheds. There's that shed and then there's that shed, and someone's just kind of screwed and glued them together. But the roof is failing. That big tree up there is making some moss grow, and it's weakened the integrity of the decking system. This is very much a shed, not a house, so it's all it is just OSB wood with some shingles nailed on top of it. So I'm gonna rip up some of that old OSB and put on some new shingles. We'll have it looking good as new in no time. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this view while I work. Well, I'm making some progress up here, but I'm looking down at the river, and the neighbor's dog has just turned himself into a kayak. He must be hot. He lives downstream, and he walks upstream and jumps in and just floats home. That's a cool dog. It's a beautiful day to be out on that river. I'm trying to get done so I can go get in. I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe tomorrow.
About all of the work that could be done today was done today. Now it's time for a little bit of an adventure without either of our houses.
Because where we're going, houses can't go, Marty. Here we go. Well, I'm back to my beautiful view this morning. We got a little rain last night, but that also offered us the opportunity to go experience something really cool. So as we travel around the country and we meet all these nomads, a lot of times the dream is when you're done traveling, you settle down and you live off grid, because living the way we do nomadically, it teaches you how little you need. Well, yesterday we got to experience the opposite side of that, someone who's really lived off grid the majority of their life, and how they appreciate our ability to take up our roots and move anytime we're inclined to do so. But last night we got to see an off-grid farm, and this individual who's created a sanctuary like I've never seen before. And to live completely off-grid with no water source, no power source, they're creating everything on top of this mountain and surviving for 17 years now up in that one place. One day there's going to be a book about that location, and I hope everyone gets to experience it. We didn't get to capture any video, so all I have is my memories.
Guys, the work is done for the day, and the guys are getting us all ready to go and hit the river. This is gonna be fun. Or maybe a little bit of this instead. There's supposed to be storms coming. The weather's always so surprising in the mountains.
Part of being in this region, hanging out with Joe, is he's looking to homestead in this area. So we're here looking at a piece of property. And apparently that's it up there. We gotta go scope it out. You didn't tell me I had to walk up a mountain to see your property.
I didn't know.
This is gonna be cool. Oh, we're still going. Apparently there's cows for neighbors at this one. Y'all look at that.
Yeah, I don't think he's giving up the bus. Either way, we're back to it and back to the Love Hut. But I think that the Love Hut, or at least Biggin, the truck underneath the Love Hut, is a little bit sick. What's going on, Shane?
Come on, I'll show you. So as we've traveled around, I've tried to keep my eye on the suspension of this truck, because obviously this thing's pretty loaded. On our trip down from Michigan, this happened, and we've lost most of the tread on the outer side of this tire, and it's even starting to tear, which we need to replace these front tires anyways. But what I do believe is happening is my front hub is going out. So I've got to jack this thing up. The problem is where we're currently parked, the house is kind of pointing downhill towards Kelsey. So I'm gonna try to wiggle it in over next to the bus, and hopefully it's level enough I can get it up on jacks. But this thing weighs about 10,000 pounds. So I like to be very sure it's gonna stay where it is before I put it up on jacks.
The Love Hut.
It won't flip. It might squish me.
No, let's not do that either.
All right, let's see what happens. I like to carry my jacks and jack stands, and if you guys have been traveling with us for a while, you've seen me use them a time or two. But I'm going to show you what I'm doing today. I carry quite large jack stands and a bottled jack. That one's rated for 20 tons, which is more than sufficient for this. I suggest always buying one bigger than you think you need. Now, my hypothesis has been that my bearing is going bad in the wheel, and one way you can check by that is grabbing a hold of the tire and wheel and seeing if it rattles. Sometimes it will move in all directions like it's wallered out, but this one's not doing it. But I can barely turn it, which means the bearings are seized. Let's get this thing off and see what it looks like.
Hey, the tire's back on. Does that mean you're done?
Yeah, where were you during the rest of it? Look at this. Let me see your hands.
Yeah, mine are much cleaner.
Uh-huh. I did
like
enjoy the
houses,
flute
though. I've been
playing.
making music.
I've been making music. Yeah, we've got it all patched up. A lot of times only one bearing goes out, but it's always a good idea to replace both bearings. I'm not doing that this time because it's just really not conducive to what we got going on. But this will get us to our next spot.
The Love Hut lives to see another day. And so does Shane. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Blueberry time. There's a few ripe ones today. And blackberries too.
All right, this is gonna be our last day in town here because we got places to be. So we're gonna hit this river one more time. Kelsey, are you ready?
So ready. Hey, look, there's a merry-go-round over there. It's been a while since we've seen one.
A merry-go-round? Oh, that looks like it'll kill you.
Right next to the gas tank. Yeah, I'll get both of you guys.
Oh no.
Ready?
This is hard with no stuff.
Come on!
Like to do everything as a team, y'all. Three-legged kayaking.
I do believe right up ahead is where we had a bit of boat flipping the last time we came down. So we're gonna try to space out and do a little better this time. Oh yeah, she's got it. She's got it. Okay, now I gotta get through there. The problem is we've beached ourselves behind this drift and the river makes a S turn. And Kelsey got pinned against that big rock over there. And then I fell out and my boat pinned her against the rock last time we came down. So we're trying to keep that from happening. Let's see how I go.
Hell yeah!
Hi guys, this is the life. Guys, the Love Hut is rolling again, and this time we're gonna move it a little ways. Where are we headed, Shane?
We're headed 200 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles north to see an old friend.
Yeah, guys, we're headed to some very, very familiar territory. If you have been following us along for a while, you'll be pretty excited about where we're headed next. Hold on, guys. You guys recognize this road? You should. We most certainly do. We are about to start season number 3 of Love Hut for Life at Angel's Rest Hikers Hostel. A few years ago, Shane built a chiropractic office on wheels in... Oh look, that shuttle bus right there. And last year, he came back and built a salt cave on wheels and did a whole bunch of upgrades to that RV right there. And I think that Doc has some more plans for him this time around. This should be fun, guys. Our little home away from home.
Even make that sound when I come home.
You don't give her as much treats as Sean does.
No.
Oh, she's gonna get so fat. Oh, guys, good morning. We are waking up the beautiful Angel's Rest Hikers Hostel. We were so excited to get here last night that I don't think we got a lot of pictures. If you guys have been following us along for a while, then you definitely are going to recognize this place. That building right there is full of bunk beds and hikers. This over here is the Relax Shack right next to our parking spot that we have taken over for 3 years in a row. Then we've got Hot Tamales van, our buddy John over there in his tent, and Mike's tiny home up there. More rooms for the hostel and the big house. Doc's RV. That shuttle bus back there is the chiropractic office that Shane built a few years ago. And this place is like a second home to us. We are so excited to be back, and I am so excited to be back to that plug so that I can get this tumbler going and we can see some pretty rocks. This is gonna be fun, guys. I think that we'll be here long enough to get an entire round of this polish done. So guys, today we're gonna be working with our fire agates. This is a good example of what it looks like when I pull it out of the mountainside in Arizona. There's some more of it here. And these have already been all the way through the 4 stages of tumbling, but they're not quite as shiny as I would like for them to be. So you can see this is dry and that's wet. So I'm hoping that my new polish is going to give me that wet look to all of my stones. Guys, you're learning all of this with me as I go, and I hope it's helping you in your rock tumbling and processing as well. This is a 1500 super polish that I am really excited to try out. We'll see what they look like in a week.
You'll remember the bus I'm sitting inside. Fortunately, when you come back to buses over and over again that you built years ago, stuff does break, and it's always going to break. This particular one that I'm working with is a faucet. It's a very cute faucet, but I ordered a no-name one off Amazon, which is very tempting because they look about the same as everything else you buy in the store, but at a fractional amount. The issue is this part here is what controls your water flow. This one's went bad, and I'm having a hard time finding one locally because we're in a pretty remote town up in the mountains of Virginia. So I'm going to have to attempt to order it off Amazon, but there's real no markations on this, so it's not like I can just go buy a Kohler valve at the hardware store, because they carry that. This is an unnamed one. So that's something to consider when you are building out your bus. If you go with saving some money on hardware, or you buy something that you can replace easily if you just go into a big box store. Something to consider.
Meanwhile, I'm actually getting quite a bit of work done today. Between Joe's photography and my crystals and wire wrapping, it's turned out to be quite the art piece. Now just to find wall space. Thanks, Joe. Guys, we want to take the time to say thank you to each and every one of you who have been following us along this far on this video and any of the other hundreds of videos that we put out before this. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up, and come back next week so that you don't miss a second.
If you're new to this, or if you've been around a while and you haven't went ahead and checked out some of our other social media like Facebook and Instagram, go ahead and add us on there, and you can even direct message us there. Also, go on to Etsy and check out Kelsey's jewelry page.
That's right, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace out. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.